dismissed every accomplishment I've made. You've talked about my father. Well, you call me an entitled millennial, I call you a carny succubus, because the dirty secret about you, the dirty secret is you need this generation more than it needs you.
What up, y'all? It's KMB, the Sexy Ninja, and the place to be for a Paper Saber universe, and this is the New World Podcast, brother. We're talking about SmackDown. September 26, 2025, Cole and Booker on commentary. That was a fun pairing right there. I'm tired. But I'm okay, though, because I got to watch a little bit of wrestling. And then tonight, we got No Mercy. I'm very excited about that. Are you excited about No Mercy? I'm just like, that's how excited I am by not pronouncing anything. No words. No, all gas. Yeet. I don't know what I'm talking about. We got Cody and Goons segment. Paul Heyman and Cody back and forth. But Cody asked, like, is this the wise man? Or is this the advocate? You know, that picture, he shows a picture with Brock and everything. He's like, says 1,000 words, man. Are you back with Brock? Are you going to turn your, basically, you can turn your back on Seth and the Vision? Because, you're a goon. He doesn't really say that, but get the point. And then, of course, the Brawns always, just there. And Cody's like, yo, want to fight? Let's get a fight. You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. A big old fight breaks out, but the numbers game is too much. And Randy comes out for the save. Randy standing tall. And a little bit of a tease again. Randy grabbing that championship and looking at it. And Cody's like, what are you looking at my title for? What? Ah, you want that, don't you? No, you can't have it. So I see a lot of people like, oh my God, WrestleMania. This is going to finally happen. We shall see. Usually what we want is what we don't get. As of late in WWE. I don't know what's going on, but just, I don't know. Street Profits versus Mellow No Miz. I'm really getting sick of Mellow No Miz. And the finish with, I kind of saw this coming with, Mello's going to do the finish, and then Miz is like, no, I'm going to tag myself in, and then Mello grabs Miz, and he's like, and then, Mello's like, oh, screw it. Basically, letting the Street Profits beat down Miz to get the win for the 1, 2, 3, and I'm like, please, just stop. Stop with the Mellow No Miz. Get Mello a trick. That's what I want. Just, no offense to Miz, even though I like him, I don't care for this group. I don't care for the name. I don't care for any of it. Just, bleh. Mello deserves better. And here's another thing I don't really care for. Julia and Kiana. I think what's crazy to me is I feel like they're dropping the ball on Julia. You brought up Julia, you brought up Stephanie pretty much at the same time, or almost at the same time. And look at Stephanie now. She's the world champion. I think they had the same idea with Julia being the WWE women's champion, but they're like, no, here's the United States Championship. Okay, not going to really do anything with you. Here's Kiana because you need a mouthpiece. And I was just like, okay. And they had this thing with B-Fab and Michin, which is meh. I was like, all right, sure. And Julia and Kiana get the win. And I was like, man, Julia, wow. Something that was on fire. I mean, on fire. All the way to NXT being champ. And look at the push she got there and got all the way to the main roster. Now, yeah. Then you look at her counterpart, Stephanie. You can do something with that storyline too. Julia's like, I've been chasing your shadow or something like that. This is like down the line. But right now, I just feel like Julia went from being on fire to lukewarm. But Julia and Kiana got the win over B-Fab and Michin. Drew with his little foot brace. Same old Drew shit. Here goes Jacob Fatu. And I'm like, oh, Jacob Fatu versus Drew McIntyre. And Jacob's like, shut your punk ass up. and ended in Jacob laying out Drew, even with his little boot. So we're going to get Jacob and Drew at some point. And I'm like, oh, I'll see that. That sounds nice. Give me one of those, please. Jacob Fatu versus Drew McIntyre. I'll take that. Match of the night, man. And I got to say, moment of the night for me. Just because Javon Evans is such a great talent. My God, that's why it's the thumbnail for this show. Look how bouncy this guy has gotten. Oh my gosh. Him and Sammy put on a very awesome Open Challenge, United States Open Challenge match here. They battled and battled and battled back and forth. And Blue Thunderbomb got the win for Sammy. I was like, oh, that's cool. All right. But no, Javon, and he wrestled, I believe, another show. And then now he's going to wrestle tonight on No Mercy. Like, this man is a busy person because he's bouncy. Sammy retains, but don't sleep on Javon Evans. Javon Evans, he's a really awesome talent, man. And I feel like he can get the rocket strapped to him and go to the moon. To the moon. So, awesome match. Awesome moments in this match as well, too, man. Javon Evans. Now let's get to the main event here. Triple threat for the championship. Tiffy versus Nia versus Jade. Before I say anything about this, let's say congratulations to Kalani Jordan. Because TNA was having their show, I believe, Victory Road. And Kalani Jordan's the new TNA Knockouts champion. Congratulations. That's awesome. Sweet. I'm not being sarcastic. I mean, that's awesome. I love Kalani Jordan. But this TNA thing's going to get crazy. Now we're just like strapping these titles onto NXT people and not TNA people. So, but the invasion is coming. The invasion. And, oh yeah, and I went back to go rewatch, like, because while I was doing my notes and putting them together, I went back and put on the highlight show for SmackDown, just as background noise and whatnot. And I noticed on the screen, I was like, man, that is a gigantic WrestleMania ad throughout the entire video. And I went through the comments and people were like, can you make the WrestleMania ad a little bit bigger? I can still see the wrestlers' faces. Oh my God, they're not kidding. Go watch the YouTube highlight video. I think that's just the only one I watched. Well, I had that on as background noise while I was putting my notes together. Yeah, the WrestleMania is huge. Takes up almost half the screen. But all right, now let's get into this. Yeah. Tiffy versus Nia versus Jade. Could have been a classic. But good old Nia being Nia. Now trending, fire Nia for what she did to Jade. Jade got a nasty cut above her eye. Ooh. And they're showing footage that, the medical people checking on her, and, I believe they have to give a thumbs up to her husband, be like, she's okay. But nasty cut above her eye because Nia threw her ass right into the steps. People think it's on purpose. Is it on purpose? Is it not? Is it Nia being Nia? Because, yes, Tiffy retained, which I didn't think was a title change was going to happen, because Tiffany Stratton versus Stephanie Van Cure at Crown Jewel Perth for the Crown Jewel Championship. That's money right there. Tiffany versus Stephanie. But yeah, and a botch ref count in broad daylight. Oh my gosh! Like this match had potential to be the match of the night. These three women, putting on a banger. And just one thing after another, then the 1, 2. And I'm not taking anything away. Like, they did what they could do here in this match. Tiffy got the win. But, man, that, if you don't know what I mean, just go check out that. It's all over TikTok and Twitter and everything like that. Like, 1, 2, swipe the head. It was 2. Even I was like, what the hell just happened? And I had to kick out, like, oh my gosh. And then poor Jade. I hope Jade is not too roughed up. Hopefully that cut doesn't leave a big scar. It was bad too. It was like right above. So, but Tiffany retains, and then Stephanie Van Cure comes out, and then we have to salvage the show somehow and be like, Stephanie and Tiffany in Perth. And that's the way we end the show. So, yeah, really not a great SmackDown. Huh? So, this is a SmackDown, September 26th, 2025. Cody and the Goons starting the show was fun, Cody and Seth, are going to battle in Perth for that Crown Jewel Championship, which really doesn't mean anything. It's like the best of the best going head-to-head, yes. And they win the championship. They got the big ring, and we never hear of it again. Well, Cody's being the first one to win it. The first time, I forgot about that damn thing. Because when he's like, they're going to face each other, I was like, oh, yeah. Yeah. And then he brings it out like the night after. Then we never see it again. Doesn't matter. But I'm excited for Cody and Seth to throw down. That's what I'm mostly excited about. But match of the night, moments of the night, Sammy versus Javon. That was the saving grace here. So 3 out of 5, and most of that 3 goes to Sammy and Javon. 3 out of 5 for SmackDown. Tell me what you thought of the show. Tell me what you thought of these weird, crazy moments. But that's it. That's all. Like and subscribe. Share with your grandma. Share with your grandma. Share with them down at Walmart. I am KMB, the Sexy Ninja, and remember that the New World Podcast is for life. Brother.
To a wise man? Or am I talking to the advocate?